Afi Antonio is a Ghanaian female philanthropist. Her humble beginnings spurred a raw determination to succeed and ignited an entrepreneurial flame. Afi's journey into helping people started on Facebook and other social media platforms. Today, her non-profit organization, the Afi Antonio Foundation, provides assistance to people in the area of health, education, and empowerment. Notable among the foundation's projects is the Solar for Girls project, a campaign aimed at providing solar lamps for final year junior high school girls in off-grid communities and villages without any form of electricity. The objective is to enable them to learn extra hours at night and also to stop the use of candles, lanterns, and torchlights, which are fire hazard and harmful to their eyes. The Afi Antonio Foundation also received an urgent appeal to help raise $57,000 in funds for the surgery of a 2-year-old girl who had a rare condition known as Waardenburg syndrome, and helped raise funds to facilitate aspects of the surgery. One of the foundation's key projects is educating and advocating for the inclusion of persons living with autism to participate in all aspects of society. She has trained 3 beautiful girls living with the condition to become photo models as evidence that living with autism does not mean one cannot function fully, and that talents can be harnessed as a contribution to the development of society. We are proud of Afi's work and want to join thousands of her supporters in congratulating her for her effort in impacting the lives of the underserved. Congratulations.
We are glad to have Afi Antonio on today's episode of TLS with me, Edma Ohima Lawe. I sit in for Angela Bamford on today's episode. Afi Antonio, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're absolutely welcome. So, tell me more about yourself.
Okay.
About Afi Antonio. We want to know.
Okay, so I was born to a military father.
Okay.
My mom is a trader. We are 4 in number, but my mom had 3 of us. My dad had children before meeting my mom. So yeah, we are 4 now total. And I grew up in Burma camp.
Okay.
100% Ewe.
Okay.
My dad is from Tegbi and Uwe, and my mom is from Angloga, so 100% Ewe. And I schooled in Kotoka Primary for a while, and when my dad retired from the army, we moved to Nungwa. So then I completed at 48 engineers and feathered at Nungwa Secondary, and then went to Takrady Polytechnic. So basically, yeah, that has been it. And I did visual art in Nungwa Secondary, did graphic designing in Takrady Poly, but after school I didn't use it for anything. I ended up in the media space.
Okay.
Due to where I did my attachment, GBC, and then the late Mr. Bakna helped me to continue my service at OM Studios.
Okay.
So then I ended up in this space, and I just loved it. And I ended up here. So basically, I'm married with 1 son, Manuel. Yes. So yeah, basically.
That's it.
And I love to help people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why I asked you to introduce yourself is because I want people to understand your background and why you do the things that you do. So your journey into helping people started on Facebook.
Yeah.
Social media.
Yeah.
So tell us more about that.
So okay. I wanted to be a model.
Okay.
And then that's how the social media thing started. So I don't have very straight legs to walk on the runway. So I had a challenge when I wanted to be a model. My best friend always told me that I had a beautiful skin. So then I decided to veer into photo modeling, because photo modeling, you have the photographer taking angles where your, bad sides won't show and you'll be confident and all that. So I decided to be a photo model. And then my then boss Ezekiel Tete, popularly known as Stip. He did my first photo shoot for free.
Okay.
And then Bulldog was a friend, so I was like, okay, I always tell him he's my manager, like playfully. So I showed the photos to him. And I was like, since you're my manager, what do you think? Are the photos okay and all that? He said, oh, yes, they are great. So I posted that. That time was High Five.
Okay.
So
High Five. So
yeah,
that is way back.
Way back. Yeah, High Five.
Okay.
So I posted it on High Five. I was getting good feedback.
Yes.
Then Facebook came. I veered into Facebook. So then I had following because of the photos and other things. And Stip told me I should join modeling agency so that I'll be a proper model. It's not like just taking your own photos and saying you are a model. So then I enrolled into Cityland model management. So I was taught how to walk on the runway. I was taught everything about modeling, but I still wanted to be a photo model. But then Stip put me on the runway. He has this Fashion GH weekend every year in December where designers showcase their designs and everything. So then he put me on the runway. He was the first person to put me on the runway. So he put me like 3 consecutive years, and I enjoyed it. Like, yeah.
For what show? What show was that?
Fashion GH Weekend.
Okay.
It's a fashion show that he does every year.
Okay.
In December.
Okay.
Yes. So, I enjoyed it, but I still was comfortable with my photos, but I enjoyed it when I was on the runway
and walking in clothes.
With all the following that I had, I was like, okay, why don't I use it for something meaningful?
Absolutely.
Instead of just taking beautiful photos and posting and people liking, commenting, saying nice things, why don't I use it to help people? So then I started posting like issues. When I find someone who needs help, I try to post about it. We need this kind amount of money to help this person, and I'll get people sending me the money from on my Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So I was like, okay.
So basically what inspired you was the fact that you felt like you could make an impact with the amount of followers you have on social media.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. And it's been great because I've never had any support from government or like, it's always been my followers, anything I post. And thankfully, because I always report to them, I post the photos, the videos, the amount that was involved, everything. So I've earned their trust. And so anything I post about, they want to support, they want to help. Okay. So that's how I started.
Okay, so since we are on the social media subject now, tell us how important social media is and how one can use social media to make an impact or create awareness for a particular subject or issue in our society.
Social media is very powerful. You know, the beginning of this year, I've always wanted to meet the first or second lady. And it's been like over a year. I've tried and tried. I know people who can just hold my hands and take me, but they wouldn't do it for whatever reasons. I don't know. So, I saw a lady, Akosia, Cozy. She did a post on the first lady, thanking her for something she did for her. So I was like, oh, it looks like she's close to the first lady. So let me just talk to her about the fact that I want to meet the first lady. So I inboxed her and I told her I've always wanted to meet the first or second lady. And she said, like, it's not a problem. So she made it happen. So my models and myself, we paid a courtesy call on the first lady in January this year. Yeah, so social media is very powerful. Without social media, there's no Afi Antonio Foundation because they have made it possible without people sending in their money, because I don't have money myself. Myself, I need a lot of things, you know. I need a lot of things, but I think I'm in a better position than the people I help, although I also need help. I could also come and post that I need money for this and this, but I think where I am, I'm better off than them. So why don't I rather help those people. So yeah,
That's
social media is
amazing.
very powerful.
Okay. And what are the negative side of social media as well, since we are talking about the positive side of social media? So we also want to know, have you experienced any challenges when it comes to social media and the brand that you've created?
Okay, so the negative aspect will be maybe using it for bad things, like let's say posting naked photos, just like what Ekapin Polo did that has landed her into big trouble.
I mean, that's how powerful social media is, I guess. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm very careful. I remember I posted something on my story on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was filming What They Go On, my show, and I was dancing, and I shot a video and I posted on my Facebook story. And one gentleman sent me a message and was like, "My sister, we look up to you. You are a brand. So please don't be posting such things." I think the attire I was wearing was the no hands attire, and my breast was jumping in there.
But does that come with the
top?
Does that mean that people also feel the need to criticize you or judge you just because they follow you on social media? So
and because of the things I do, they think I shouldn't be posting such things.
But does that mean that you are yourself? Can you be yourself? Are you yourself because of that?
So I try to be myself, but I'm very careful. When I got that message, I sent it to another friend of mine. I was like, "See, this is what I posted, and this is what someone has just sent me. What do you think?" And he was like, I told you some time ago that you have to be very careful of the things you post because of the things you do, how people see you. So he thinks he supports what the person sent. So quickly I went to delete the video. And then I sat there and I was like, "Hey, this thing is not easy." It's not easy because it's not like I was exposing myself, but the fact that you could see my breasts jumping in the dress. The guy was like, it's no difference from the slay queens. So they look up to me that slay queen is not a good thing. So they are looking up to me not to be doing that. So if I post something like that, then it's like I'm okay in it for people to. It's okay for people to do.
But then to you didn't think there was anything wrong with
I didn't see anything wrong with it. But you have to listen. When two or more people say the same thing, then it's a problem. So when my friend also said that, I told you the last time about it, and so I think I support him. I was like, okay, then. When you are in I won't say I'm a celebrity, but
in the spotlight,
a little. I haven't gotten anywhere yet. Yeah, you have to listen.
Absolutely.
You have to listen. Yeah. Absolutely. So I don't know, but you have to know exactly what you want. You understand? Because social media can make or unmake you. That's what I can say about it.
No problem. So when it comes to your foundation, the Afi Antonio Foundation, tell us more about that.
Okay, so just like I said earlier, I started helping people using my social media.
And when was that?
I started way back before I even registered my foundation. So let's say maybe 4 years or 3 years thereabout, because my foundation is 2 or 3 this year. Yeah. So I think my foundation is 2 years now. My
registered
friends, registered and everything. Yeah. So my friends were like, "Why don't you register a foundation since you love doing this, so that you know that you are going out to do this?" So I just decided to, let me register a foundation. So I think on my birthday, that was when I went to register 2 years ago to register the foundation, and I started fully, officially Afi Antonio Foundation. But before, I was just posting randomly, helping people and all that. Yeah, that was what I was doing.
So your foundation also focuses on education, health, and empowerment.
Women empowerment.
Yes, women empowerment. So what exactly do you do in those 3 different sectors?
So with health, we've done so many projects on health. There was this lady who had fibroid for, let's say, a year.
Wow.
Yeah, and she didn't have money to go for the surgery. And I was told, she even spoke to her pastors about it. I've forgotten the name of the church. And they were like, she shouldn't worry, they will pray. One day the fibroid will just drop. For a year. If it will drop, like
it would have dropped.
Go.
Yes.
And this thing is draining her blood and everything. I was like, wow. So I was angry from that point that instead of them helping, what would it take you just asking your congregation? You bring the girl in front of the church, tell the you can even see she looks pregnant. I'm sure people would want to help.
Absolutely.
So what is wrong if you do that? You tell the person, you pray for it to drop. Like, so I was very angry. Because of that, I took it up upon myself to raise funds on Facebook. So I posted her photo without her face from the beginning. You can see the tummy protruding and everything. Thankfully, we got the money. We took her to Rage for the surgery. And if you see the lump that they took out, so huge.
Wow.
Very huge. And aside that, I supported also a blind coconut seller. I decided to help because he's blind. He's not in the streets begging because he's blind. He's trying to do something for himself. So I decided to help him to also encourage others, like, you can do something. Even because of that, even if someone doesn't even want to buy the coconuts, the fact that you are blind and you are trying to do something, someone will be touched to even want to buy. You see, so he needed a place to stay. The wife was patching with a friend. The children were scattered. He himself was sleeping in a kiosk by the road because they didn't have any place to stay. So we raised funds and we rented a place for him for 2 years. So we decided to get a place where they would be able to continue paying the rent because we can't do that for the rest of our lives. So we got a moderate place. I went with them. We roamed. He's in Equiapim, right? Ebri, on the Ebri Road. So we went there. I roamed with them till we found a place. And then I paid the money and everything. And also we've helped 2 children that had hydrocephalus, the babies with big head. They needed surgery. They didn't have anyone to support them. So we, as always, I posted on my social media. We had help from my followers. We paid for their surgeries and it was done. And then the most difficult one was the blue eyes girl, Chota with Waardenburg syndrome. Her procedure.
Just explain into details a bit what's that syndrome.
It's a condition where the eyeball is like blue. Some have one blue, one brown. Like it depends. Yeah, it differs. So, and then the major challenge is they can't hear. They have a problem with hearing, but the eyes are fine. They can see. She can see perfectly well. She's not blind. So people think she's blind and it's the eye that we went to operate on. No. The eye is just colored, but she can see. So she needed surgery. We had 2 of them, but the money involved for just one person was so huge. So we couldn't raise funds for the second.
How much was it?
I think it was it $100 something. So we raised 57,000 Ghana cedis for them for only 1 year because the money was very huge for both years. So when we got part of the money, the mom was very instrumental. Like the mom, you know, some people when you are helping them, they are laid back, they leave everything
to the person.
You to do. But the mom was also pushing, trying to get help from so many other places. And her church also donated 10,000 Ghana cedis. She got some few people who also sent in money. And Tell It Moms on Facebook also really helped. They also donated a lot of money. So it all summed up to the 57,000 thousand Ghana cedis that we donated to her. She took her to SA. They took the lead because she had to be assessed and all that before the day for the surgery. So when the day for the surgery was drawing near, I also had to go because I had to film, and so my followers will also follow and know that everything is going well. So we took all those money from the same money we got out of the donations. That was the most challenging, like toughest fundraising because we had a lot of negative comments. People were like, if the girl can't hear, but we can take her to a sign language school because there are deaf and dumb people there. Why are we wasting our resources trying to raise money to?
But was the condition corrected?
Yeah, it's corrected, but we need the other ear also corrected. And it's a long journey. She needs speech therapy. It's like a newborn baby now trying to talk and hear for the first time. Yes. So it's a long process altogether. And the sad aspect is after the first year was done and they came back, she's supposed to be going through speech therapy. In SA, she was getting that for free. But
so she traveled to
we
South
went
Africa.
to SA, yes.
Wow.
That's where the surgery was done. Yes. So I also went later. Yeah. So when they came back, she's supposed to be going through speech therapy to help the ear sensitive to be able to hear and talk and all that. And the speech therapists here, when we check the prices they take, the least is 150 per hour. And the mom is not working.
And how many hours did she need to
Well,
a day?
that will be determined by whoever would have done the speech therapy. But I'm not sure 1 hour will be enough. And it won't be just once a week. So you can imagine how much the mom is supposed to spend.
Yes.
And the mom, when she was about to go, where she was working, it's a government company. I wouldn't want to mention the name. They told her to resign because she won't be assured when she goes for 6 months and come back. She won't be assured that her work will be waiting for her. But she refused to resign. And they didn't even support her in any way. They didn't contribute anything to even support her. So she didn't resign. She came back hoping that she would be called back to work. She waited 2 months, 3 months. They were not calling her. She even went to even help them because there were times where a lot of customers were there and they needed help. So she voluntarily went to help them out, hoping that she
can get the job back doing that.
They never called her back.
Wow.
So the girl hasn't been receiving any speech therapy when she came back.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how long has that been so far?
It's over 6 months now.
Wow.
So the mom is now trying on her own to hustle to get the rest of the money so the girl can travel outside the country to have the second year done. So it hasn't been easy. And with Solar for Girls, it has been on hold for 2 years now.
And why is
funding?
That? Yes.
Funding. It's crazy. Because what my team and I do is we contribute ourselves. And then ask for people to support.
So your followers on social media to support.
Yes. And then we put everything together, buy the lamps. And sometimes we even buy the lamps. We go to the schools and those who need it, not everyone will get it because we couldn't buy enough
for everybody.
Yes. So I remember, I've told this story before. I remember we're going to one constituency. I think it was in Poho or something.
Yes.
And I said, okay, let me try and find whoever the MP is and try and see if he would want to support us.
Yes.
I found him. I went to the Parliament House, met him, we spoke. He was like, if he has something for his people, he will send it himself. He doesn't need to send it through an
organization.
Another person. I'm like, okay, honorable, I understand you, but I'm sure maybe you don't have this project ongoing. Since we are already doing it, why don't you just support us?
Yes.
When we go, we'll tell them it is from you.
Absolutely.
And we'll take videos and everything to prove that we said it's from you. He still insisted that. And what he said that marvels me.
Please do tell us.
Marveled me was that, okay, so with his people, in the next 3 years, he's sure they will have electricity because they've started erecting poles. But there's this village behind his place. That place there, he doesn't know when they will have electricity. So we can send it there. That was what he told me. And I was like, okay, thank you. When I was leaving, he gave me 40 cedis for transport. So he didn't support. But we still took it to his constituency because that was where we have people who send us messages telling us where
Yes.
it's needed.
Okay.
So we had
That's
already
even one of the
spoken to
questions
them.
that I wanted to ask you
Yes.
when
They
it
send
comes
us
to
messages.
the
on
people
our
that you help.
Facebook. Yeah. On our Facebook. Sometimes people give people my number, they call me, they send. Even this morning when I was on my way here, I had a message on Instagram, a guy who says he's in one tertiary institution. He needs to pay his school fees between today and Monday. Otherwise, he won't be part of those who will be graduating. Like, when I was coming here, I told him it's rather unfortunate. I can't help him. He should try maybe his family members or friends. Because if I say I'll add school fees to what I do, everyone will come to. Because I have a lot of people who need that. But it's just me. I can't do everything.
Absolutely.
I can't do everything. So I just told him he should try talking to his family members and some of his friends to help him, because I can't do that. It's not like my foundation has money sitting in the bank.
Yes.
It is as I do it as I go. Like,
so if
when I
you
pick up a project,
then you fund it.
Then I just tell people this is the amount I need for the project. We use the money for the project and we are done. It's not like I have money sitting down that, okay, when you come to me, I will say, okay, then I can give you part of the money. It's not like that. So unfortunately, I can't help.
Okay, so we are going to go for a quick commercial break and we will be back. Stay with us.
I'm just not ready yet. I want to wait a little before getting pregnant again.
Stop worrying and live free. No matter who you are, Lydia has a contraceptive just for you. Choose the Lydia Daily Contraceptive Pill with iron as your regular contraceptive, or the Lydia IUD, a non-hormonal contraceptive for long-term pregnancy prevention. Contact the Lydia Contact Center and let us help you decide how to live free. With Lydia, you truly decide.
As a woman, HealthLink range of products have been my companion, and thanks to Auntie Emma for introducing and adding HealthLink Omega-3 fish oil, which contains fatty acid that has enabled me to be very active without stress. HealthLink Immune System Tablet, formulated with a rich content of vitamins A, C, B6 and B12 as well as selenium, is helping my body mount good defense against all diseases and promote wound healing and recovery from ill health. And the ideal part is, it's a once daily dosing and can be taken as food supplement. HealthLink Omega-3 fish oil and HealthLink Immune System tablets are available in pharmacies and chemical shops. Bulk purchase, contact PharmaTrust Limited or call 0561 088 663 0561 088 666. Health Link, your link to a healthier lifestyle. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Food and Drug Authority.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for watching TLS, showing live on GHOne Television with me, Edma Ohima Lawe. So before we went on a quick commercial break, I was having a discussion with Afi Antonio, who is the founder of the Afi Antonio Foundation. She is also a Ghanaian female philanthropist and an entrepreneur. Afi,
hi.
Let's continue our conversation. So before we went on a break, you were telling us about some of your success stories when it comes to your foundation and the people that you help also. So one question that I want to ask you is, how do you manage, or how do you select the people who eventually message you on your social media platforms? Who do you think, okay, this is more important, so let me tackle this person, this person's issue first, or let me move on to this one because maybe this one might be more urgent than the other person? How do you select the people you help?
Okay, so I always say that I get directions from God.
Okay.
There was one time someone sent me was it a lady who needed some surgery, something, it had to do with something, cancer, something. And I felt like, no, it's not something I would want to touch or.
Why not?
I just know.
Your instincts.
Yeah, just.
Okay.
And the person died. It is my biggest fear to pick a project and the person will die. I fear that a lot. So the person told me.
Wouldn't you feel some type of relief that you were able to help the person? It's just rather unfortunate that
I know,
even with the help you couldn't,
I won't be able to overcome it.
Okay.
That I was in the process of helping, we are trying all we can, and then the person just dies.
Okay.
It would be too emotional for me to handle.
Okay, so you rather select.
No, it's not like I rather. Most of the things that I've selected are challenging.
Okay.
You understand? But it's just the inner me tells me, yes, go for this.
Okay.
Do this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how I go about it, because I do pray to God and I ask Him for directions. He should direct me on what to do and what not to do. So when my instincts tells me do this one, I just do it. Because I remember I think I raised funds for someone that I didn't want to from the beginning. So I thought about it for some time, prayed about it for some time, and then I was convinced that okay, I should take it up, and I did. Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. So your foundation also helps autistic individuals.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Okay, so with the children living with autism, I didn't set out to do something like that.
Okay.
It just happened along the way.
Okay.
And it happened through one mother who posted a photo of her daughter who has autism, Nanaya, who has a very beautiful skin. She's pretty. The mom said she wanted her to be a photo model, and she posted about it on Facebook. Then someone commented with my name to see if I could help her. So I saw the post and I was like, okay, why not?
Yes.
I love helping people, so if I can help her, why not? So I had a photo shoot session with Kweku David.
Okay.
So I quickly called Kweku David and I asked him, so with my photo shoot session, there's this lady who has autism. I would love to have the photo shoot with her if he's okay with it. And he said, oh, fine, he doesn't have a problem. So then the time came, we planned everything, we went, we took the photos, it came out so nicely. We had a lot of shares, comments, and then two mothers also sent in a message to me that they want their daughters to also be photo models. So then we added the two to Nanaya, and we did a photo shoot together, the three of them, everything. We posted, it went viral. And then, and I need to thank all those who support, like the photographer, the videographers. I'm so grateful to them because they don't even charge me. Yeah, they do it for free. And BBC saw the photos. They were like surprised. Linda Nkeji, I think, posted. So they saw it from her post.
From her blog.
And they were like, am I sure they have autism? So they sent one of their reps, Peter Okoche from BBC, to come and have a look at our photo shoot session and interact with their parents. So they came, had an interview with the parents, saw our photo sessions, they filmed it. And yeah, so that's how it all started. So I didn't set out to do anything like that. It just happened.
Okay, so just to share more light on this condition, can you explain to details and tell people what exactly it is and how it affects the human body?
Okay, so it's a condition that, to explain it so that everyone will understand, like let's say a 16 or 15-year-old child acting like a 4-year or 3-year-old. The understanding is slow, you understand? And every child's autism differs from the other. You can't find two people having the same autism. Some people would love to repeat things. So with such people in the States, they employ them to be, let's say, in hotels where they can just be folding things and packing. They love doing the same
practical things. Same things over and over again.
Some like doing that. So To understand them, you would have to spend enough time with them to understand and be able to live with them. So they have signs that they will make that you understand that, okay, what she's doing means she's hungry.
Okay.
She wants to drink water. Okay, she wants to pee.
Okay.
So until you live with them, understand them, you wouldn't understand all those things about them.
Okay.
So it takes patience, it takes love, commitment to be with them and really understand them, because they are also seeing us to be different. They think we also have a problem, and we are also thinking they have a problem. But it's just, I don't know how to explain. It's just that they don't understand the things the way we do. So you have to take your time to understand, like let them understand, explain it well for them to understand. So it's people saying they are cursed, they are river children, they are. It's not true. Anyone can have a child with autism. There's no known cure, no known cause. So there's nothing like, okay, maybe when I eat this too much when I'm pregnant, you can have a child with autism. Anyone can have a child with autism. And when I started, I didn't know any relative who had it until later on. I think early this year or late last year, that an auntie, a cousin of mine living abroad with her daughter. Her daughter is 16 years. She sent me a message saying she's been following all that I've been doing for children living with autism, and that I have a niece who has autism. Her daughter has autism, 16 years, very beautiful. Yes. So when they come to Ghana, they will love to visit me and all. I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. So I now have a relative who has autism.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a family thing. And people think that it's inherited. Like, I remember when I got married.
Or something.
When I got married, fresh, someone was like, hey, I should be careful. Oh. The way I'm too close with these people, I should be careful so that when I get pregnant, I won't give birth to a child living with autism.
Oh, wow. I guess it's that ignorance that, you know, some people have. That's why I believe that if you choose or you select yourself to be an advocate for people with autism, then you should also create enough awareness for them to understand what the condition is.
There's no way you can give birth to a child with autism when you are with people living with autism. Anyone can just give birth to someone who has autism. So that perception out there has to be ruled out. And I had the first ever autism talent show.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was also to push like inclusion and to erase that perception society have about children like that. So we had those who painted, those who danced, those who sang, and the models also walked the runway. So it was a free event at Aviation Social Center. And that's all to make people know that these children also have something in them. You understand? They are not the way we see them. They are not the way we look at them. Yeah.
So what are the challenges that autistic individuals face, especially here in Ghana, where there's not enough awareness being created to support them? What are the challenges that they go through?
It's stigma.
Yeah.
The stigma it's very huge, very, very huge. I remember one of the mothers saying she went to the bank with her daughter and, you know, she had her meltdown, so she was screaming and all that. And someone was like, hina bani na on titi ni bani, like she didn't bring up her well, like, so why would a girl be just screaming in the bank? And the woman said she started crying. She had to leave the bank and she couldn't do the transaction she went there for. You see,
but do you think it would have also been a good thing for the mother to eventually tell them that this is what is going on?
She was emotional.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, if the lady also had taken time to ask, why is your daughter being that way? That would be a level ground for her to now tell her, my child has a challenge. But you just judged the girl straight away without even having in mind maybe the girl might be going through something, you see. So the stigma, most of these parents don't even want to go out with their children. I know someone who said, someone sent me a message that she knows someone who has a child like that. and anytime she goes out, she locks the child at home alone.
By herself?
Yes. Because when she goes out with her, people will mock her, like, so she would rather lock her at home and go and do whatever she has to do and come back. But if society embraces these children, people know that they can do amazing things.
Absolutely.
I'm sure every parent will be proud to come out with their
absolutely.
children. So it boils down to the society. We need to accept these children. They are just like us. It's just that they are different in thinking and processing things. Like, it's very slow. So you just have to take your time and all that. When I started working with Nanaya, the mom helped me a lot because I didn't know anything about autism then. I was now trying to learn and everything. But now I'm comfortable with them. When they see me, they know we are going to take photos, we are going to dress and makeup, and they love makeup. Yeah, so sometimes you even hold you hold her and she will push your hands up because she doesn't want, at that time she doesn't want that, you understand. But someone who doesn't understand will insist to hold her, and then she'll, her crisis will just come. So it's amazing working with them. I love them so much. And officially the youngest, Yakoba, she's the one I'm officially managing.
Okay, and how old is she?
She is 13 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was her photo shoot video that was playing not long ago. It was her video, birthday photo shoot.
Okay.
So I decided to film it and let people know the process I go through to direct her on how to pose and all that, so that they will understand how we come out with the poses. So this time I decided to do something different, not a studio thing where she just said cross her legs. So we had a theme. Okay. Like we had the old school where she was using the telephone and all that. Yeah. And it came out nicely. And I realized a lot of people loved it. They were like, how were you able to get her to do all these things?
Yes.
So I decided to edit the video, just a bit of it, and I posted on our Afi Antonio Foundation for people to see how we went about getting the poses out of them.
Well, the conversation is still going on. We are going to take another quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
I'm just not ready yet. I want to wait a little before getting pregnant again.
Stop worrying and live free. No matter who you are, Lydia has a contraceptive just for you. Choose the Lydia Daily Contraceptive Pill with iron as your regular contraceptive, or the Lydia IUD, a non-hormonal contraceptive for long-term pregnancy prevention. Contact the Lydia Contact Center and let us help you decide how to live free. With Lydia, you truly decide.
Welcome back, and thank you for watching TLS, showing live on GHOne television. With me, Edma Ohima Lawe. Like I mentioned previously, we are here with Afi Antonio, who is a female philanthropist and an entrepreneur also. She's also the founder of the Afi Antonio Foundation, and they help people around the country with various conditions. And not just that, they also help people with autism. And she helps manage them and turn them into beautiful models. So, Afi, as we were talking about before we went on a quick break, when it comes to government, are they doing anything to help people with autism, or is there any particular institutions that maybe a parent can decide to take their children there for special education or special treatment that will be beneficial to them and their condition?
Okay, so sorry, with the government, I don't have any idea, but there are centers where parents can send their children to. They teach them how to be independent. They teach them how to eat with fork and knife, how to lace your own shoe, how to wash, how to,
so the very basic things of life,
so that they can be independent. Most of them can't do those things. So when you take them to these centers, they help them to be independent. So there are centers. There's one in Tema, and there's one at I think Kokomlemle. There's one. I think when you go on the internet and you just type, you find a lot of them. Auntie Sewa has one in Kokomlemle, AACT, and Auntie Mary, that's Nanaya's mom, also has one, Clicks, that's Dome Pillar 2, and then Auntie Baba also has one in Tema. So there are centers around. If you search for them, you find them. So if you have a child like that, you can send them to those centers and they'll train them for you. And talking about Yakoba, I'm an entrepreneur as well. I decided to use her as the face of my shea butter cream that I produce. And it's all because I'm trying to push for inclusion. I'm trying to ask people to use them for things. So leadership by example,
Absolutely.
Right? So I decided, okay, let me have produce shea butter, black soap, shower gel. So I used her for the face of the children's range just to push the for inclusion.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's really amazing. So your foundation doesn't only just look for or help people who have medical condition. I saw a video on Facebook of you helping during the lockdown and during the COVID-19 period. Well, we're still in the period, and during the lockdown here in Ghana, I saw that you went to some communities and you distributed foods to them. So tell us more about that also.
Okay, so with that, how I even got the money. I did a calendar out of Yakoba's photos.
Okay.
And I decided to sell so that the proceeds, I'll use part for support children living with autism and part for the needy. But when the lockdown came, I decided to use the money to buy food stuff for people. So I bought sugar, gari, sardine, like foods that you can like make ready to make. You don't have to cook them because most of them were in places where they don't have even anything to cook with. So gari, sugar, you can just mix. So that was what I did. And we decided to give to the aged. Because most of the people sharing food, they just go to park at a certain place, and those who can run and do all those things go for the food. What about the aged? So we found a community in Ashaman. We went there. We decided to go to their homes. We had people who had already gone to find out where we have to give them out and all that. So, we're also doing social distancing. And when you park at a certain place, they all rush and, so we just went to their homes, the aged, we gave them out, and some people in the street, those who are mentally challenged and all that, we gave some out to them as well.
Okay, so Afi, on behalf of GHOne TV and TLS, we want to present something to you for your good work. We want to say we appreciate you and we appreciate all the work that you're doing in our societies and communities. So now, please bring it over.
Wow.
It's a microwave from NASCO, and we want to present it to you and your foundation for all the great work that you've been doing. Is there anything that you want to say?
Okay, next time, GHOne, please, I want a car. Yes, I want a car.
Noted. I'm going to write this down.
Aside that, the job I do with the foundation, we move around a lot. So it hasn't been easy. But I know that one day someone will gift me some small one.
Absolutely.
I'm so grateful to you. Thank you for having me, and I'm so grateful for the microwave from NASCO. Thank you, NASCO. Thank you so much. And I'm even lost for words. I didn't know I was going to get anything.
Well, that's why it's a surprise.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I really want to thank my followers.
Yes.
Without them, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'm taking all the credit. I am grateful to them, and also my volunteers.
Absolutely.
My volunteers, especially Kasim. Kasim is my project manager. He does all the dirty work. As for me, I just relax. So I'm so grateful to you all my volunteers, my followers, all those who support. Even if you've not been able to send me any money, but you share my post, I'm so grateful. Thank you all. And someone asked me to give him a shout out. Nana, is it Kojo Fame? He says today is his birthday.
Okay, so happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kojo Fame.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
And my son is watching me, Manuel.
Oh, Manuel, hello.
Yeah, thank you very
Okay,
much.
so any final few words for people at home when it comes to your foundation, what you do, any message that you have to give people out there?
Okay, so my message, sorry, will be that when I come to you, please support. Afi Antonio Foundation is here to stay. It's been difficult, but I've never given up, because I feel it is my calling, and I really need to do this. So when I come to you, please support me and follow me on all my social media handles at Afi Antonio, and know all that I'm doing, so that you can also send in your little donations anytime I ask for it. And I'm so grateful to you all for the love and support.
Well, thank you so much, Afi Antonio, for coming here today and sharing your story and your success story as well when it comes to your foundation and the great work that you've been doing. We are grateful as a community. We are grateful as a people to you and the foundation and your foundation. Thank you very much for watching TLS, showing live on GHOne television with me, Edma Ohima Lawe. We'll be back very shortly.